Welcome back to Fork This City. If you missed our last episode, we got into all things La Pecora Bianca. We debated whether Hillstone is just an elevated cheesecake factory and officially decided we're out on Ithaca hummus. As always, these are just our opinions, no free ads, no paid takes. So grab a fork and let's get into episode 4. I am your co-host, Josh Einbinder, joined alongside Gabby Martin with a special guest today, the one, the only, Bob Marton.
Glad to be here, everybody. I'm Gabby's dad.
And before we jump into it, I just want to say to my father listening, you will make an appearance at some point on this pod. I know I'm going to get that text after you listen to this episode that you want on. I will have you on to talk Peking Duck House, which is a controversial topic.
Josh, maybe me and your dad need to get on to debate the Peking Duck House. I don't know.
I think that would be a good episode right there.
Wait, yeah. Emmy has to be on it too. Shout out Emmy Martin, my sister.
We're going to do a live show at the Peking Duck House one day.
Wait,
there was a lot of stress that night.
What about the Martins versus the Einbinders?
On Peking Duck.
Go to court.
We're going to do a live episode, and I'm going to have Alex come on the show. But that's a story for another time.
Okay. We are going to jump right into it with pet peeves. Our special guest, Bob, has a lot of pet peeves, and we told him he can come onto the episode to talk about one of them, and we told him he can't tell us what it is, so you are going to be getting a live reaction, and we told him it had to be appropriate, and he said it is. Take it away, Bob.
Well, here it goes. I think I'm a pretty calm guy, but you know, my family says no. I'm maybe a little wound up, but my pet peeve, Josh and Gab, is go to a restaurant, sit down, everything's fine. Waiter comes over, we get the order in. I'm excited. I can't wait. The table next to me has been empty the whole time. A few minutes, they seat another 4 people at the table next to me, which is fine. And we're chatting away, I haven't gotten my food yet. I'm going to force myself to be patient because if I dare get up from the table to inquire, my whole family starts to have a hissy fit, then I'm going to have a fit. So I'm not allowed to say anything. And then you know what I see? I see the table next to me getting their food. My waiter's nowhere around. They were not even in the restaurant. They were nowhere near the restaurant for the last 10 minutes, and they're eating. Now, what's going through my head? Where's my waiter? Did my waiter quit? Did he give them my food? They have to remake my food? Did somebody at my table order something that they need to go run out to the supermarket to get because they didn't have it, and I have to wait another 30 minutes? That just will ruin my evening. There's no coming back. They can comp my dinner. They can comp the meal. They can bring free drinks. They can bring dessert, which I know you don't eat, Josh. My night's ruined. My night's ruined.
Wait, Josh eats dessert?
I eat dessert, just only chocolate dessert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to say I completely agree with you. I don't care how big my party size is. If I have 10 people and the table next to me has 2, if I see them sit down after me and get their food before me, you best believe I will be pissed.
The only thing that could possibly be worse than that is if you actually have the same waiter who knows that he took your order 10 minutes before these people showed up and he's the one serving them. The only thing worse.
A lot of these waiters don't communicate either, because I wouldn't mind a little transparency if a waiter came over to me and was like, hey, you might have noticed that the table next to you got their food, but that's because, we have 2 different areas where we cook the fish versus the red meat, and the fish is less busy. And I'd go, no worries. I appreciate the honesty. You have a great night. Honesty, transparency goes a long way in the restaurant industry, and I don't get that a lot. I don't.
You're 100% right. A little bit of communication goes a long way. And if they actually told me before they brought the other people's food out, it'd even be better. Say, listen, you're going to see something you don't like. You're going to see the table next to you getting food. And I know you haven't gotten yours. I want to let you know yours is being taken care of. It's being plated. It's coming right up.
So I'm going to jump in here. So the thing is, in my family, we are not keeping tabs on the order of who got there first. So to me, this doesn't really cross my mind. If it's really obvious, this will bother me. But Bob will be at dinner and he's like, okay, we got here, then they got there, then they got there, then they got there. So he's going around comparing who's getting their food and who's not, where the rest of us aren't paying attention. So when Bob is freaking out over this, we're just not into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I always say if I opened up a restaurant, I think I actually just came up with the name for it. It would be called Transparency. I don't know what kind of cuisine it would be, but we would be all about service. Gabby, you've heard this before. I'd figure out the technology of how to have water refills automatically at your table. You just put your glass down, it fills up, because I don't want to have to wait for a waiter. They don't always pay attention. So the water refills taken care of. Number 2, I want to be over communicated with. And you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse where you have the green card and the red card and you could flip it over? That's what I'm thinking for my restaurant. If you want to be over communicated to, green card on the table. I'll come over 5 minutes to your meal, 3 minutes to your meal, 1 minute. Great. If you don't want to be communicated, if you want us to leave you alone until the food's out, red card, boom. Transparency,
Easy
opening
or a little
soon.
light on the table. Red
Exactly.
light, green light. So simple. So simple.
Well, people are gonna abuse it is the problem. Like you would be dinging it every second.
Well,
So would Josh.
that means I'm not getting good service.
Yeah, the card would have been going off at Il
You know,
Cantonore.
I'm gonna share one more on the pet peeve here. I'm not gonna use any names because it would get me in trouble. But
Please don't.
let me see if if you guys experience it. There's somebody in our party that we eat with regularly who I know is going to ask a question before I've ordered my meal that is going to require the waiter or waitress to go, I don't know. I'm going to go to the kitchen right now and find out. This person causes the waiter or waitress to have to leave the table
Oh, this is his wife, I believe.
in the middle
I was like,
in
who
the
is it?
middle of like I'm finally getting my order in and they've sent them away. By the way, a 99% chance they're going to get distracted. They don't immediately go back and speak
You
to the
can
head
never
chef.
ever send the waiter back.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
wanna
I
know
always
what?
say
Yeah.
when a waiter's like, "Oh, do you need another minute?" I'm like, "No, no, no,
No,
no. I will order first. You never send the waiter or waitress away. You always keep them at the table until everything is
good
ready."
practice. You're here, stay here. Let's just get it all out. Let's just get it all out.
I agree. And while Bob's here, I'm actually going to bring up another topic. It's not pet peeves. I think we're just making good use out of Bob being a guest. So, Josh, when you sit down at a restaurant and the waiter comes over, you just get drinks, right? Like you order water or Diet Coke,
Yes, it's usually, can I get you guys anything to drink? Tap, still,
and
sparkling.
then the
Eh,
waiter leaves, right? And that's fine.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, anyone
Bob,
who gets sparkling water at a restaurant, weird, but
shout out Sam Martin. Different story.
I
Um,
love Sam, but weird.
Okay, so Bob is like, everyone better figure out right now what they are going to get because when she comes over here, and this is every time we go out, not when we're in a rush, everyone is going to order. So the lady's like, okay, would you like tap or still? And Bob's like, okay, we want the chicken parm and the pasta and the salad before she even like opens her mouth. And we as a family don't love that. What do you think, Josh?
I actually have a question now that you've said that. Bob, are you the type of person that will use your flashlight in a dark restaurant?
No. I'm on the original font on the phone. It has not been increased. I don't
Good.
break out the flashlight. No, as a matter of fact, I don't like when people break out the flashlight because they start talking with the flashlight and then they're aggravating me
It's
and
like you're at a concert. You're going back
table.
and forth.
No
Wait, show us
flashlight.
again what it looks like.
It's like a whole thing, and then I gotta sit back from my table. No.
One of the most embarrassing things I that can happen at a restaurant is sitting there and someone's
So
on
If
the
you're gonna need
flashlight.
the flashlight, how
wait.
about this? Go online before you get to the restaurant, check out the menu, figure out what you're ordering.
Oh,
I
that's true.
agree.
But wait, go back
Completely
to
agree.
the ordering right away when the water's there, when the water order is being taken.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I feel passionately about because I assume that the waiter will come back, do the drinks, and then come back a minute later. But if they don't come back a minute later, I could see where it's like, oh, we should have just ordered everything. But at a fine dining establishment, that is my expectation. It's drinks, couple minutes later, food, done. And then I don't have to see them until the check, really.
And Josh, the other night I'm struggling to remember where we went to dinner. It was a little on the casual side, but it was a nice place, and we all ordered appetizer, salad, main course, and then the waiter asked the question, "Do you want me to bring it out when it's ready, or?" And we were like, sure, we're hungry. Bring the food out when it's ready. Like that. But ready has an order to it.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna
and
jump into.
it's soup, salad, it's appetizer, soup, salad,
That's
meal.
not what he agreed to.
No, I said bring it when it's ready. I did not expect
It came out in a really weird
to get
order.
appetizer,
Then it did.
meal,
Appetizer.
and still then appetizer. Where's
was-
my salad?
It was so.
Where's my
yeah,
garden
we were
salad?
at. We were at the
How does
office.
it take so long to even put a
yeah,
salad
we were
out
at the,
there?
Yeah, we were at the office.
We love the office too. We're not
Oh, in
saying.
Delray?
Yeah, they
I've
asked
been
us.
I've been to the office, yes.
So the order we got the food. We got the burger. So we got one appetizer. I don't remember what it was. Then we got a burger. Then we got all the other appetizers, and then we got last was the Caesar salad,
Yeah,
which
right.
no one wants the Caesar salad dead last.
Right. I don't want I'm filling up on the Caesar salad not to eat the burger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
But
the
it's
thing is,
beyond me how a salad comes out last. It's a salad. It's
By
a
the way,
salad.
just lettuce.
the office, if you're listening, you got to turn that air conditioning down over the bar. It was freezing.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should let you come on. Like, I don't think
Okay.
we need to
We're
hear
we're
all
gonna
your
do a
opinions.
Bob
I got
versus
plenty more to
Eric
say. So, when you
Peking
need
Duck
me,
House episode.
I'm
We will.
available.
That'll be fun.
All right.
Yes.
Fork this city.
All right, and moving into our first restaurant review of the episode, we're going to be talking about Beef Bar today. Now, I know there are a few locations. There's one in New York, which is the one we're specifically talking about, and I believe there is one in London where it originated. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So Beef Bar is a pretty cool reservation to get because the vibes are very cool. So it's in Tribeca. It's not impossible to get. It's like you have to think about going there in advance, I would say, for a birthday or something, but you can get it. For all of those listening, shout out Belly. It's actually easier to get a reservation to Beef Bar through the Belly app than to go and get some on, like, I don't know if they're on Open Table or Resi, but that's a good hack. They save some, I guess, for belly people. So I got a reservation there, and they are known for just all things beef, wagyu. If you are dating or married to a vegetarian, don't bring them there.
No, you should be going to Plant a Queen.
So we're gonna talk about, I would say, vibe, service, and like the different dishes we've had at Beef Bar.
Yep. And we can jump right into the Croque Sando, which is kind of what they're most famous for. For me personally, I thought it was an important item to get. I wanted to try it because it kind of is their most iconic item. I just don't know how I feel about raw beef. And so the consistency to me was a little bit difficult to chew, I think. I just I think it was the thought of eating red meat raw,
Raw.
like a tartare. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. For those who don't know what it is, it's like a perfectly square sandwich. It's very pretty, filled with like raw meat. It looks really good. I actually liked it. I don't usually eat raw red meat. That freaks me out. But the waiter told me that it was like a ham taste texture, and I kind of agree with that actually. I liked it. My dad, I ordered it, and he was like, "I am not touching that." He's picky, and we got it just for me. I went with my dad.
I think it's hard for some people to eat like raw meat. I mean, obviously it's raw meat. Like a tuna tartare is one thing that's easy, but beef tartare, this croquet sando, I think it didn't sit right with me that it was raw, and I didn't love that. It didn't do it for me. But I want to talk to you about, I don't know if you got this, but did you get the Wagyu quesadillas?
Yes, my it was actually my favorite dish.
That was very good. My one complaint, it was very small. I wanted more. I know it was an appetizer, but I wanted more. It came with three mini quesadillas for two people. I mean,
Yeah,
for a
but my
family of
dad
four,
also
you'd
was
have to order
scared.
two.
My dad also refused to eat that and was scared of that dish, so it was all for me.
Well, lucky you. You got
Shout
to eat
out,
more
Bob.
of it.
Yeah, so I can't speak to that, but if we went together, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, we would have had to get multiple orders of the quesadilla. I thought the
Yeah,
meat tasted excellent, and to me, that's
really
kind
good.
of when I think of beef bar, I think of okay, like the way they prepare and cook this meat, excellent, really, really good. And similarly, I thought the hamburger was also excellent. I know we've talked in this podcast before, especially me, about how hamburgers kind of blend together, but I did think the burger was really, really good. Again, it's all about the meat to me. Whoever their supplier is, how they're cooking it, seasoning it, preparing it, excellent.
I haven't had the burger. Let's talk about the Caesar salad next. Ugh, okay. I liked it. My dad hated it. This is a theme, obviously.
Mm.
It comes unchopped, so it's coming. I don't, how do you explain that? Like a wedge salad?
Yeah, it's basically like a huge piece of romaine,
Iceberg lettuce.
iceberg lettuce. Yeah.
It's pure laziness, basically. They literally just lay
Well,
the
well, this
iceberg on and then
that's
put a little dressing, and that's it.
that's the issue I have with doing that setup is the top layer tastes really good with the dressing and the croutons, but when you get to the lower levels of the lettuce, there's no dressing, there's no croutons, there's nothing extra, so you're eating pure lettuce, and that's what I didn't
Yeah,
like about it. But that top layer
it
was
was really
very
good.
tasty and really good. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Wagyu Bolognese. First of all,
Yeah.
I think it's 50 or $60.
Mm.
Don't love that. It shouldn't be that much. It should be maybe 35. Even at like Lilia, they're like 35, I think.
I think my biggest issue, it was a good dish. I just don't think that a pasta dish belongs at Beef Bar. I get it's the Wagyu bolognese, all that. But I think they should be sticking to more things like a burger, the croque sando.
Maybe
Um,
steak. Do they have
s-
steak there?
I
They
think they
must.
do have steaks. Steaks. They should really be sticking to like steaks, chickens. That to me is their typical beef bar. But when I saw the pasta dish on the menu, I was curious to try it. But I could have done without it, honestly.
Interesting.
I've had better bolognese dishes in New York. I've had better bolognese dishes, I think, around the entire country. Not
Really?
to say it
I
was
It's
bad, but it was
decent.
good.
I actually thought it was really good.
So I gave it a 9.6 rating on Belly. So that's it for good for number 33 on my all-time list of restaurants.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
you gave it a 9.5. So we did give it really good rankings, deservedly so. The dishes are really fresh and tasty.
Also, I would
Interesting.
go back to try this one dessert. My dad didn't let me get it, which was kind of mean. He was taking me out to dinner and it was late. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you can't eat it. Like, it's unhealthy. It was more like, I'm over this. We're leaving. But they have this like froyo platter and I love froyo. And it's pretty big. It's definitely for more than one person. And then it comes with like the mini tin cups with all these different toppings.
Hmm.
Like, it looked so much fun. And the table next to us got them. I was like, Dad, we should get that. And he was like, I want to go home.
In contrast, though, to a place like Hillstone, where I said it wasn't impressive to take a person on a date there, I think Beef Bar is a good place to take a person on a nice date that you're trying to impress. The vibes are
Yes.
really good. I love the high ceilings, the dark lighting, and everyone was dressed super nice in there. I wouldn't
Hmm.
say you're never gonna dress casually at Beef Bar, but like everyone who was
No,
there
yeah.
seemed super cool, super hip, and I
It's
like that.
very Tribeca vibes. They also match boxes, which we love.
Overall, I feel like that's a meal you could get at a lot of other restaurants, like high quality, like restaurants that prioritize and focus on red meat. Now, I want to move on to our second restaurant of the day because this is a place near and dear to your heart, Popup Bagels.
Okay, guys. Everyone go to at Gabby Martin on Belly. And my number one is Pop-Up Bagels. Josh's sister, Jamie, thinks it's the funniest thing. She's like, why
I
is Pop-Up Bagels your number one?
I agree with her because it's
Mm-mm.
great, but bagels cannot be number one.
Says
You know,
Elliot and Judy.
says
Can a
me.
bagel place be your number one on Belly? Please let us know. They will
And
resolve this debate.
Elliot and Judy, let us know your favorite bagel in New York too, because to me personally, I think I have to
Oh.
go Apollo Bagels.
Pop-up bagels is the best. I'll give a brief overview of what they do. Basically, you get online and depending on how long the line is, either A, you go in and order, B, there's a guy with a bag taking
Hmm.
your order and the bag has a list of all the different types of bagels. I think it's just salt, plain, everything, and sesame. That's all they do. And basically, he asks you how many of each bagel do you want? So you could be like, I want two everything, one sesame, whatever. So those are the only four bagels. You choose a number that you want to get. And then this is the great part of their business model. They do have you have to buy tubs of cream cheese and butter. So they have the regular cream cheese, regular scallion. I think those are the two basic. And then they have regular butter. But each week they come up with a specialty cream cheese and a specialty butter. And they are very sought after. They are often collabs with other companies. They have figured out how to get hype. What do you think about that?
I actually think so. Some of the butters and cream cheeses that they put out actually sound delicious. The spicy vodka one, I really wanted to try that.
Me too, and I couldn't get my hands on it.
I do think some of them are a little gimmicky.
Like what?
Uh, didn't they do like a rainbow cookie one?
Maybe.
I don't
The thing
remember
is, they've
specific.
had so many. We need to find like a Papa Bagels like fiend who's like had all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean gimmicky in a bad way. I feel like they are trying to do these to drum up conversation, which props to their
They are
marketing
so good
team.
at it. Mm.
Um, but definitely the spicy vodka, I'm sure is amazing on an everything bagel. I think Pop-Up in general is a good bagel. Like it is not a bad bagel by any means. It's a
So
very good bagel.
good.
And I'm gonna take what you said earlier, shout out to your brother Ben. I do wish they had egg sandwiches because just coming away with the bagels, and I'm not much of a spread person. So like butter, cream cheese, not my favorite. I really just got into scallion cream cheese a couple years ago. So for me, I would love if they had a sausage, egg, and cheese, or even an egg and cheese sandwich to put on those amazing bagels.
The
Because
line
I'm not
wouldn't
gonna
move
go
as fast.
home. It wouldn't move as fast. So maybe they can have kind of like how Starbucks has Starbucks Reserve with like a bigger menu.
Yeah.
They're expanding so fast, pop up. Couldn't they do like maybe like a
Oh,
main, marquee store where maybe they have like more of an experiential menus, right? So
gosh,
bagel sandwiches, deli sandwiches on their bagels, things like
that's a
that. Like
really good idea.
Thank you.
Papa Bagels, if you do that, you have to give credit to Josh. However, if they do this, they need to make sure those egg sandwiches are freaking amazing, though. They got to
It
come
could
out
be
strong if they're going to do that.
like pop-up place. I don't know. They could do some, some alliteration with that. I
Pop
think
up,
that'd be
please.
cute.
Really good idea. So yeah, the feedback Papa Bagels often gets, I've noticed specifically from men, is that they don't have like the protein. They don't have the egg and cheese. It is just rip and dip bagels is what they say. So they don't even cut the bagels in half. They give them to you when you get them fresh, like in a steaming. So basically that bag with the like amount of bagels you want, like you hand it to them, then they fill it with those bagels and they hand it back to you with your dips. So you go outside. Oh, that leads me to another thought. There's nowhere to eat the bagels, but you basically rip them as they're still warm and you dip them in the spread and it is delightful. But let's talk about how there is literally no place to eat them. Have you been to the one
Well,
in Soho?
I haven't been to the one in Soho, but I know this concept frustrates people that there's no place to eat them. But if you've ever seen the movie The Founder, Ray Kroc, it's about the founding of McDonald's. Ray Kroc goes to the first ever McDonald's and he's like, "What the heck? There's nowhere to eat my hamburger." And they're like, "You can take it with you as you walk, when you run, when you are in the car." And I think that's really what pop-up's meant to
Uh,
be. Is just kind of like
mm,
you can go wherever and eat a bagel. And because it's not
no,
a
you
sandwich,
can't because you have to
but
rip and dip it.
right, but because it's not a sandwich, it is technically easier to eat. When I have a breakfast sandwich, I have to make sure nothing's falling out. But with a rip, and you don't really have to rip and dip it though. What you can do is you just kind of take the whole bagel, scoop it in the cream cheese, bite, and then you keep biting from that and dipping. You don't necessarily have to rip. It would be hard. One rip would be good, but you don't have to.
I guess all you could do is cut the bagel in half while you're still there and then put cream cheese and then carry that around. But as you could
Exactly.
see, this is a little bit of an issue. And I've definitely eaten Papa Bagels. Well, this is funny. One time I ate it like on a random stoop, which was fine. The other time, Jillian and I actually ate it. So, sometimes when you cross a large intersection with like an avenue, there's like randomly
Hmm.
benches in the middle of the two, like in the middle of the
Yeah.
light. We ate our Papa Bagels on a bench in the middle of the street. And we were like, this is a weird experience. I wouldn't do it again. But we were desperate to eat them.
I think for bagels in New York City, there's so many options. It's a little oversaturated. And I think it's awesome that Pop-Up has been able to kind of really like expand their market share. Because when you think of like kind of like what are the big three of bagels in New York? To me, it's Pop-Up,
Essa.
Apollo. You think it's Essa Bagel? I
Yeah,
don't know.
100%.
I feel like it's is it either H&H or B&B? I feel like whichever one
No,
has more
I really
locations.
strongly feel like it is Essa Bagel.
I mean, there's so many bagel options, especially in the city. I mean, forget the bagel places. You can go to your bodega and get a bagel. They're not good, but like you can go anywhere really and get a bagel these days. So it is refreshing that Pop-Up has done what they're doing, and been so prominent in the New York food scene. It's a good bagel. I worry that they're expanding a little too quickly around the country.
No pun intended. They are popping up a little too fast for Josh's liking. But it's
Yes,
funny because, so I don't even like salt bagels. Their salt bagel is unbelievable. Have you had it?
I have not had their salt bagel.
Josh, no, come on. Okay, you have to try it. I don't get salt bagels anywhere but there. But there is this one butter I have not been able to get my hands on that apparently pairs super well with the salt bagel, which is just their like OG brown sugar butter. So apparently it tastes almost like you're eating a pretzel because it's a salt bagel with like this brown sugar cinnamon butter.
Mhm.
And every time I've gone to get that butter when they have it for the week, so each flavor is just for 1 week, they were like, we sold out of this by 9 a.m.
So I just want to say also they posted 4 hours ago. We're recording this on the 27th of December. It'll come out in a few days. They posted that they're coming out with a new schmear from January 1st to January 14th, and people
What is it?
think that it's caramelized onion.
They've
Now
had that before.
that would be good.
They've had that
And
before.
caramelized onion schmear and cinnamon sugar butter.
That's what I'm talking about. The butter.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need to go. So they just opened in Union Square, so that location I want to try, and I want to get that butter really badly.
I also just PSA to Papa Bagels. Can you please have better merch? I want to buy a shirt. Like I
I
really
have their
want
merch.
to. I don't like the hat. I don't. And
Wait,
Apollo
that's mean.
Apollo
I wear
Bagels,
that.
I know it looks great on you, Gab, but I don't love like the merch. I think Apollo Bagels does a better job of putting out like cooler, hip merch. So pop up. I don't know if you need to poach the person from Apollo or hire a new
I
designer,
agree.
but
They could have cooler t-shirts, and honestly,
yeah.
I would get one. I would love
Because
to
I
represent.
love their slogan. Not famous but known is a great slogan. Like that is brilliant. I just want that to translate to merchandise better.
Yeah, they could go trendier and a little bit cooler. They should look at like the clothing like Kith does. They do cool clothing.
Kit does a great job. Or New York or Nowhere. I think that'd be a cool collab.
Yes. What would the flavor be? Basketball?
It has to be so no, it has to be something so authentically New York, like
Hot dog?
hot
That sounds
dog flavor.
disgusting, but I think they should do it because they've done pickle. I've tried it.
Or
I
have they done like they could do
don't
like
like it.
Big Apple flavor?
They actually, I've had their apple cinnamon butter
Oh,
before.
they have.
It was
Okay.
okay. Or maybe it was apple cream cheese. But yeah, that would be authentically New York. I think hot dog would bring in the freaks, aka
A
me.
hot dog. Oh, and roasted, the roasted nuts that they do on the sidewalk. A lot of the street vendors have the
Oh,
roasted nuts.
yeah, like a nutty type of butter, maybe.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Okay, so New York or nowhere. We're giving them a lot of ideas for
Please
free.
pop up, hit us up. We'd love to come in for a collab. I know Gabby would love to do like a behind the scenes of how a bagel is made. I would love to see that too. I'd love to do the knock test on a pop-up bagel.
Well, Popup Bagels, actually, which I really respect, they explained how to reheat their bagels properly so that they taste fresh. Have you seen their video?
I have.
You
Yes.
have? Basically, for the listeners, you have to like wet it. So, like, say you froze your bagels, right? You're not eating them. You take one out of the freezer. Then you're gonna wet the side with the seeds under the sink, really not quickly. Just like get it wet, take it out. Then you're gonna, while it's still wet, you're gonna put it face down. So, like the bready side face down in the toaster, air fryer, whatever your method is, heat it up for however long, it comes out really, really well. So it is crunchy on the outside, really mushy on the inside. And I think it's so nice that they posted about that.
I do love that. I also think like Frank Pepe's or Sally's Pizza does that too. Those places they get it because they're so famous and people love their product that you just want to make sure you can reheat it properly. And we all freeze bagels. Like, sometimes everyone gets a dozen bagels to put in their freezer. So it's good to know how to reheat and make sure it tastes good.
Yeah. And I think those might be all my thoughts on Papa Bagel. I'm obsessed. And the thing is, those new flavors of the week keep me coming back. Like it's so smart. And I imagine it might be hard on their end to like constantly be coming up with new flavors, but I will say it's working. Props to you guys. I think it's great what you're doing.
And PSA, we'd love to be on your flavor committee if you ever want more ideas of
Wait,
new
let's brainstorm what our
schmears.
flavor would be. What would our flavor be?
The Fork This City flavor. Well, my favorite food is Chinese food, so I'd want like a sesame chicken or like a pork fried
I
dumpling
don't co-sign
schmear.
this.
But I also love Peruvian food. So if they had like a green ají sauce, I'd love a
I
green
also don't.
spicy
What about a
Spanish
spicy
sauce.
mayo?
Eh,
No. Okay, we are not going to be on the same page about this because I do not want that to represent me.
we'll figure this one out and we'll post it online to our pages.
Yeah, guys, let us know what flavor you think the Fork This City Papa Bagels collab should be. Okay. I think that
Well,
might be all for episode 4.
I think it is. It was a pleasure having Bob Martin on. You'll see more of him. You'll see more of other additional guests coming on the pod in the weeks to follow.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people have asked us to come on the pod. We promise you we will only be providing really big personalities on here. Okay, we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.